a new makeup tutorial for you. I should probably film these intros later when I have my makeup on, but I never remember to, so that's why I always do them without my makeup on. So for this tutorial, what I want to do is I'm just going to do a really simple makeup look. This is basically going to be an updated everyday makeup look for me. Recently I've been doing, unless I have a lot of time, I've been doing pretty simple makeup. The main point of this makeup is to look fresh and put together and awake with as few products as possible and as quickly as possible. So this is going to be a great look for anyone who doesn't want to wear a lot of makeup or doesn't want to look like they're wearing a lot of makeup, but wants to look awake and sort of fresh. It's not going to be a no makeup look by any means. I'm going to be using some shimmer and yeah, but it's definitely going to be more of a daytime fresh look. It'd be great for anyone needing to go to school, wear a little bit of makeup to work. It's just going to help perfect. I know it's the type of makeup that a lot of people really like. Also, pretty much all of these products are going to be very long wearing. So at the very least, in my personal usage of these products, they last really, really well for me. So this is an everyday look that's very long wearing, very fresh, very well put together, and super versatile. This looks super, super simple, so you could pair it with any lipstick at all. If you want to wear it with a super dark purple, if you want to wear it with a nude, with a pink, with a light pink, a bright purple, it'll work with all of those things. I'm going to pair it with a fresh pink color just so it is super wearable. But yeah, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever HD High Definition Foundation in N115. This is not what is available anymore. It is now the Ultra HD Foundation, and the color is in R230 or something like that, but it is equivalent to N115. It's pretty much the same foundation. If it's different at all, it's probably better. But this foundation has a really great finish, I find, and it just looks amazing all day. I've worn it for 12, 14 hour days and it still looks so good at the end of the day. If you are taking my product recommendations from this video, I just want to let you know that I have combination to oily skin, not too sensitive, not too prone to like creasing or anything, but I do have a big problem with oiliness and products not staying set. So yeah, this is pretty good. I'm not super, super oily, but yeah, if you're just a bit oily, then I do find that these products are still super long wearing. This is my absolute favorite foundation. And I'm just using a little bit more of this on my cheeks because my cheeks are quite prone to redness and I don't have a good concealer right now. I did just order the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, so we're going to see how that works for my redness and under eye area. But yeah, that is still in shipment. Also, if you do want this to be a super quick look, and it should be a pretty quick look, except that I'm sort of talking through the entire thing, just make sure to have like your simple products out where they're easy to go and grab, and so you don't have to go rummaging through your makeup case if you have a big makeup collection. Just make sure your like brushes are ready and not have to dig through them. So I'm just powdering now over my whole face with my Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. This color is a little dark for me, but I'm just using up the edges of it. I've pretty much lost any summer tan I had, so my next powder, the backup I bought, is a couple shades lighter than this. This one is in Silky Beige and is a really good tan color for me, but it does maybe look a little orange now. So yeah, I'm just powdering my entire face. Some people don't like to powder their entire face. If you're not very oily or you only get oily in a few places, feel free to only powder those spots, but I like to powder my whole face. My eyes like to smudge. I kind of get oily eyelids and stuff, so I like to make sure to powder both under and over my eyelids, chin, nose, everywhere. If you have dry skin, you might not want to powder at all, which is fine, but that so does not work for me. I'm just using the Essence I Heart Stage eyeshadow primer. It's a super inexpensive eyeshadow primer. It's great quality. If you don't want too much pigmentation from your eyeshadows, then feel free to skip primer. The eyeshadows I'm going to be using, you know, they pretty much last all day, but if you do want them to just pop a little bit more or stay a little bit better, if you're prone to creasing or oily eyelids, then a primer is really great. Now, first I'm going to start by just highlighting under my brows, and then I'll put my brows on. So I'm going to be using the Naked Smoky palette today just because it's what I've been using recently. You could easily use a drugstore one. There's tons of great neutral drugstore palettes. Or you could use the Naked Basics 2, whatever, as long as you have some sort of similar colors. So I'm going to be using a matte sort of creamy shade. This one's called 13. You could use a white or something just a little bit lighter than your skin tone. And I'm going to start under the arch of my brow and just sort of blend out a little.
Just help make under the brow bone pop.
So I'm going to do my brows. I like to put my brow bone highlight on before I do my brows just because I find it easier not to mess up drawing on my brows. And I'm using the CoverGirl Brow and Eye Maker in Midnight Brown. Pencil for me is the absolute easiest and most effective way to fill my brows because my brows can be pretty sparse and pretty thin. So and feel free to draw them as harsh or delicate as you want. If you just want to fill in some edges, that's fine. If you have any scars or anything you need to fill in. But I like to do a bit more of a defined brow. I pretty much draw in the entire thing and just sort of tweak the shape a little. Well, you can obviously skip anything in this tutorial that you want or you don't feel comfortable with, or that you don't feel is necessary. I recommend doing something to your eyebrows. If you have really thick, naturally wonderful eyebrows, then maybe pencil or powder is not necessary, but definitely use a brow gel, whether it's clear or tinted, just to make sure your shape stays defined throughout the day. That's about as good as those are getting today. And I'm going to put my brow gel on after, just so, and if any powder gets into my brows, I'll be able to get it out later. So now I'm going to be using Combust, again from the Naked Smoky palette. This is a fairly light shade for the contour. If you're darker, you might need a darker one. The one in the Naked Basics palette is really good, but just anything a few shades darker than your skin tone will be great for contouring. If you have the Anastasia contour kit, then Fawn is a beautiful eye contour color as well as a face contour. Whatever you use to contour your face, if you do contour your face, will work great for this if you don't have a good matte contour shade in your eyeshadows. And this is just to add some dimension and extra shape to your eyes. If I skip this step, I feel like it's really obvious, at least to me, even though what it does for your eyes is not super obvious. Next, on a slightly smaller brush, you could use a flat shader, but all of mine are dirty right now. I'm going to be taking High, which is this sort of shimmery champagne. It's a bit more of a pink than most champagnes. You could use more of a pale gold or champagne. Something that is a warmer color that is close to your skin tone is going to look better. If you have a highlighter, again, if you have the Anastasia contour kit, the shimmery highlight in that would work great for this. Yeah, so you're just going to pat that all over the eyelid, just up to the crease and not into it, and then down around the inner corner. If you don't like shimmer, you could use a skin tone or slightly lighter than skin tone matte shade. It won't brighten as much and you won't look as much like a fairy princess, but if that is not what you want to go for, then that's fine. You could use whatever you use under your brow bone to do this step as well. And you could skip this next step, but I'm just going to add a little bit of contour using my Anastasia contour kit, and I'm going to be using Fawn just on a small contour brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to really lightly contour just my cheekbones, just because I feel like I have a very round, soft face, and this does help to give it a little bit of extra shape. If you don't like contouring, if you don't like how it looks, if you don't feel like it does anything, feel free to skip it. This is the most easy to skip thing. You could also do your jawline, even though I said I was just gonna do my cheekbones. Make sure to blend that down the neck a little if you do under the jaw. And now we're almost done. If you want to add a bit of blush, you can, a bit of highlight. I'm going to add some blush. I'm going to add Benefit Coralista. I find it's a pretty natural color on me. As you can see, I've used a lot of it, a hit pan. I'm just using an angled brush from XO Beauty. And just doing a little bit of that on my cheeks. And this one has a really beautiful shine, so I don't usually use a highlight with it, which probably is a lie, but you really don't need to, especially if you're not going for anything too dramatic. And I love the smell of that blush as well. Alright, so now I'm going back in with that brow gel. This is the Brow Plumper Stylist by L'Oreal in, I think, medium deep? Medium to dark, same thing. And next I'm just going to do mascara and lips, and then we'll be done. So I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara in Waterproof. If you want to line the lower waterline, you can. A white or a tan pencil is going to look a lot more awake, whereas a black one's going to look a lot smokier. I'm not going to do either of those just because I don't like using a nude liner. And I don't want to do the black today. I'm just going to coat both my top and bottom lashes with the black mascara. And obviously you could curl them if you want to. I keep saying, like, if you want, you can skip this, you can do this, you could add this. Which is everything in makeup, so I don't really need to tell you that. But I just want to make it not sound like I'm trying to dictate to you. Also, while I like how this mascara looks, it's definitely not my favorite. It does smudge a little on the bottom if I get too warm, sweat a little, if I'm a little oilier than usual. Alright, and like I said, I'm going to use a pretty neutral lipstick. I'm going to use Matte Cream Cup. Any color would work with this look. By the way, if you're not comfortable with a deep look or a deep lip, this is probably the best type of look to pair with it, just because it is so subtle and so soft that it's not going to make even a really deep dark lip look really crazy. So yeah, that is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed and found some sort of inspiration or something from this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to see more videos from me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!